Hey kids, welcome to Come Rant With Me, aka Bouncing Around the Rant, aka these rants were made for walking. I'm your host, Matt Gorman. I'm here with my co-host, engineer, producer, and all-around good guy, flavor catcher, creator, David Huey Hayman.
I'm not a flavor catcher, I'm a pioneer of the term.
Pioneer,
Yeah.
right.
I'm
just going to call you Pioneer from now on. David
I
Huey
guess I would be
Hayman,
a flavor
Pioneer.
catcher. I'm squishy, I got some hair on me. Anyways.
Not much.
Yeah, pretty hairy.
Anyway, welcome to Come Rant With Me. This is my podcast where we rant about bullshit in the world that pisses us off. Little things, unimportant things, mundane crap that people do or that happen in the world that drives you crazy or at least drives me crazy, and I just got to rant about it. So that's what this podcast is for. We have guests, and they rant about shit they want to rant about, and we're having some fun. So thanks for tuning in. And today my guest is the frontman of the Toronto band Grays. We use their song Complaint Rock as the intro music for this podcast, so thanks to Grays and their record label Pirates Blend,
Buzz Records, Car Park.
Thank you all for letting us use the song. And SHEHZAAD Jiwani, I should call him, that's his correct name. I call him Shez. I've known for over 15 years. We used to work together at a record store called Edwards Record World that was located in Toronto at Midtown at Yonge and Eglinton for many years. It was a staple of the community. And I call it a record store, but by the time I got there in the early 2000s, it was really CDs and DVDs. It wasn't actually records. But we had a lot of fun. Shez started working there right out of high school, and we always had a pretty fun relationship. We were never that close friends, but we made fun of each other. We had a good time making fun of each other's music and all that kind of good stuff. So we've kept in touch over the years. Every couple of years, we have a little reunion of all the Ed's employees called the End of the World Reunion, since it was called Edwards Record World. Get it? Anyway. So yeah, Shez came in and had a chat about some pretty fun stuff. Talked about his band. We talked about a bit about Ed, some things that piss him off. So yeah, here's our talk. Have a listen. Hope you like it. Peace.
I just think it's a waste of people's time. Like, there's so many songs on the radio about just like dancing and having a good time. So,
Yeah.
Okay, man. The world sucks.
Yeah.
So maybe just talk about that.
Yeah.
And it will be a better place because other people will be able to hear it and be like, "Hey, this guy feels the same way I do." And, like, I don't know. That's why I want to. That's why art exists. Is
Yeah.
To like reflect the stuff that's around you.
Yeah.
You getting this? This is total intellectual shit.
Dude,
I
this
love
is-
it.
that
I'm
is-
stealing it all for my podcast.
I gotta say that is actually the perfect segue to get into the podcast. Let's start the fucking podcast because that was the perfect thing. So
And you blew it.
oh fuck. Anyway, here we are. Hey, SHEHZAAD, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming out.
Should I put on these headphones?
If you
or
want.
Do I have to? I don't know. What
Might
are they
make you
for?
feel more comfortable and look as dorky as us.
I always feel like I look like a goon in these because
Yeah,
my
you
head
don't
is
have to
really
wear them.
small.
It's
No, I'll
okay.
wear them. It's fine. I don't want to be.
I kind of like it. You sound clear.
we
can
need
hear
a
your
shot with
voice
you on.
well.
Right? Give us some smiles. That's great.
Do people call you Shez or is that just me?
Some people.
Most
do,
people call you
sometimes.
SHEHZAAD?
Very SHEHZAAD, yeah.
SHEHZAAD?
Yeah.
Oh shit. See, I don't even know how to pronounce your name
That's
right. And I've known
okay.
you for fucking 20 years. Anyway, SHEHZAAD, welcome to the show.
What's up? Thanks for having me.
Give us one sentence about who you are and what you do.
My name's SHEHZAAD, and I play guitar and sing in a band called Grays, and I do some other stuff sometimes too.
Nice. You produce music and you work for a record label
Yep.
sometimes.
Yeah.
All music related shit, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
The band we just heard.
Yeah, the band in our intro, Grays.
fuck
Thanks,
yeah.
That's
thanks
so
for letting
great.
us use that song, man.
Thanks.
It's
That's
awesome.
so great. That's like having Tom Waits on The Wire or something. No, wait, wasn't Steve Earle
Better.
actually on The
It's
Wire?
better.
Steve
Steve Earle
Earle.
was on the
Yeah,
wire.
yeah,
And he does a version of the song.
Oh, does he?
Does he?
That's
the fifth season, isn't it?
Is it? Is that him doing it?
I could be
I know
wrong.
it was different every year. Was it
I
different
believe it was
performer?
Tom Waits doing the
He
cover,
did season
but,
2.
yeah. Oh, and then
But season
Steve Earle
5,
did
I think it's Steve Earle.
Really?
Possibly.
Wow.
Which
Nothing
is
beats
kind of
I
Leonard
didn't know
Cohen
that.
on True Detective in that tone for me.
Man,
Oh, God.
that season sucks.
Second. I liked it.
Come
I liked
on.
It, maybe because Leonard Cohen had died in every time they started.
He didn't
the
even
episode.
die. He
Leonard
was
Cohen's is dead.
He's dead now. He was very much alive during that awful season.
No, but when I came to it at Netflix.
You watched it recently?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you like the first one?
I love the first
I think the
one.
first one is
The first one is
fantastic.
See, the
amazing.
first, I think the second one, standing alone, isn't as bad as everyone thinks it is, but
Compared
compared
to
to
the
the first one, which was so great.
I
I mean,
agree, and I
their
said
chemistry,
I said
the
to my
two of
wife,
them,
we have to come at it as a totally different
Yeah.
project. Is X better than YZ whatever on also on Netflix?
Yeah.
And yes, it
Right.
was. Second season was still better than most shit on TV.
Do you guys like Fargo?
Oh, love Fargo.
Fargo's the
Haven't gone
best.
there
Like
yet.
I think
Yeah.
Fargo season 2. Oh man, you gotta watch it. Season 1 of True Detective, I think, is unequivocally just one of the best things on TV. And I like the ending. A lot of people didn't, but Fargo is like the writer's show for sure. It's so
Oh,
intelligent.
the first season of Fargo.
It's amazing. I think the
Key
second
and
season's
Peele,
even
the stuff
better.
with Key and Peele, that their characters and
So
all that.
funny,
Oh my!
yeah.
And I didn't know Key and Peele before
Me either.
that, and that's what I got introduced to them. And there's that one scene where they're sitting in the car and the crazy murders are happening like behind
Yeah.
them, and then after that, I was like, "Who the fuck are these guys?" I had
They're
to look them
great.
up and find their show.
Such a weird
But,
idea to cast them.
Yeah,
Did you see Get Out?
not yet. No, I want to.
Really?
No.
Everybody has seen
I
that
don't
movie.
see movies in the theaters.
Oh, I
man.
knew this about. I know this about.
Not,
it.
I don't have the
I remember.
time or the money, and when I do see movies in theaters, it's like big action movies usually.
Right.
And I have like a 55-inch TV with surround sound at home, so like, what do I need to go spend $25 at a theater when most movies look amazing on my TV?
Right.
So, but
You
I
wanna
just have
go
to
watch-
wait. I just have to wait a little while.
We should go watch a movie at Gorman's house.
Yeah, dude, come watch Filth City. I got a video
I would love
copy.
to see Filth City.
Me too.
Oh, I'll have a screening. Don't tell the producers. Ferg, if Ferg's not listening, it's okay. Anyway, let's keep going.
right.
So now is that we do a little segment on the show. If you haven't listened, which I assume you haven't, because why would you? We do a little Q&A thing, which is just will tell us a little bit more about your personality. So I'm gonna give you two options. You probably like one of these things more than the other, or if not, just pick one. It'll say a little bit about who you are. So smooth or crunchy?
Oh man, peanut butter is such a white person thing. I gotta tell you, brown people don't give a fuck about peanut butter.
All
Can I
right.
swear on this?
Yeah,
podcast?
dude, swear the fuck away.
There's so many. Yeah, I don't not like peanut butter, but like it doesn't register the way that like if you say the word grilled cheese sandwich to a white person, they go fucking bananas.
Yeah.
It's nuts
Nothing
how much
for
they
you?
like it.
Means
It's like
nothing
it's
for you?
fine. It's just cheese on bread, dude. It's cool. I've had it. It's totally fine. And like, what is up with like you don't have to put ketchup on literally everything.
I hate ketchup.
It's mental.
They have restaurants now
child
that are
thing.
just grilled
That's my
cheese.
daughter.
That's
I
all
know.
they do, and it's all different cheeses and
Who
breads.
gives a shit? Fucking cares? Eat an adult meal. Have one vegetable at last.
I'm with you on
Dude,
that.
how have you not been a guest yet? Because you should have been our first guest, I think.
I actually said the other day, I kind of don't like Twitter, but I said something along the lines of like, I don't want to be famous. I just want to be recurring guest on a well-liked podcast famous, which is all I need.
Well, if
That's all it takes.
If we become well liked, then we'll have to have you back.
You're the trigger. You're welcome here anytime.
For some context, I guess.
Yeah.
We've known each other for
When did you start working at Ed's? What year?
2004.
Okay,
So,
so
but we
13
knew we must have
years.
known each other before that because I
You
shopped
were a
at the store
customer?
since I
Right.
was like
Yeah.
14. So
Okay.
at least over 15 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And yes, you are. I can say that you're certifiably one of the better
Certifiable.
people to have. Yeah, one of the best people to have a podcast that involves complaining about things.
I'm just passionate about shit, man. It doesn't take much to get me worked up. So
bar is low. His bar is
yeah, my bar is super low. So
One time I came in, it was January 2nd, came in to open the store, and I said, "Happy New Year, man." And he just said, "Whatever, dude, it's the 2nd. It's over."
such a Gorman response.
First
I hate
greeting.
yeah, the 2nd is a bit early, but by like the 10th, when people are still saying Happy New Year, I'm like, fuck the
Done.
hell.
I'm
The,
done.
I always,
off.
the 10th is the
The
cutoff.
2nd is the first time I probably had seen you after the 1st, so it probably was not that stretch. But yeah, that was just me in the morning being a bitch because it was like 8 a.m. and I hadn't had my coffee.
I think it was
and-
5.
5 in the afternoon?
evening, yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
That's even worse. I don't even know why then. I was just a dick.
I was just so stoked to be a teenager working at a record store back then. Didn't
I
even
know.
matter.
There's no equivalent now.
Yeah,
There's
there is.
no-
We're
what
in a
is
record
there?
store.
Oh, but there's so few. Like how many record
There's
stores?
so many that have opened up in Toronto.
It's
There's
different
so
now
many.
though, because records are like records, like
don't
LPs,
employ as many.
and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
for
yeah.
like a very specific crowd of
It's-
like
yeah.
hipsters and like a certain age, not only hipsters, but like it's really a certain age group where like Ed's was like kids and
Yeah.
add old people, like it was everything.
Different
and it
community too.
Was, oh yeah,
very different.
being
'cause
where
uptown,
the location and everything.
the
for
location
sure.
doesn't even really exist anymore. You know,
Yeah.
like that when the store closed. closed. So Edwards was a record store at Yonge and Eglinton.
Yeah.
This is your job.
No, I do it.
Context
I
giver.
do it as an intro before that pre-recorded intro where I talk about how we know each other.
Oh, okay. So
But
you
it's
don't
okay.
even need me to
Go
explain.
ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I do think that it exists. Like when I worked at Sonic Boom,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, yeah, it's like kind of an institution, but there were definitely a ton of kids that would come in there. You'd
Yeah.
be surprised at the stuff that they would ask about too, and they would be like, "Oh, do you like Rage Against the Machine?" And I was like, "There's got to be some terrible band that's like an equivalent for you. You don't have to listen to our terrible music. Why don't
Yeah.
you listen to your own terrible music?"
Yeah.
Anyway, smooth, I guess, not crunchy.
All right. I didn't think we were going to get an answer for that, but I'll take it. There's an important one that's meaningless, but we find it important. Coupon or coupon?
I find this so
coupon.
important.
Coupon?
Coupon.
Fuck.
Really?
We lose him. And another
Coupon,
one.
eh?
Coupon.
We're both coupon guys.
It's COU.
I
You
know.
got a coupon for that?
Yeah, it's
You
coupon.
fucking coupon?
It's like recoup.
I know.
Recoup.
I know what it is,
People
but
keep
it
trying to
shouldn't be.
explain it to us.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not a thing that like I don't know how it should be pronounced.
It's like the
Just
word
that's
phase.
how I grew up.
I'm not
Do
going to
you
say
say-
pahaze.
do you say
I know how
marsh?
it's written.
It's
and
not
spelled.
phonetic. It's not about the phonetics. It's
What
just
about bagel?
Everyone always comes back with their. Do you
That's
say
right.
schedule?
Bagel.
Do you
I'm
say
very impressed
yeah,
with that.
schedule?
Schedule. No one says schedule.
Whatever.
Yeah, those are different. I just cannot believe that's even an issue. And I
Coupon
Or an
coupon?
issue.
Yeah, until you
I
brought it up
know.
on this podcast.
I know, man. It still blows my mind.
Blows your mind. It bothers me.
Yeah, I
It
know.
keeps me up at
It
night.
bothers you more than it does me. I just
I like that.
um.
I like you.
Coupon.
Just because you're here, let's go Sex Pistols or the Ramones?
Oh, Ramones for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sex Pistols don't really have any songs, whereas the Ramones have like.
Don't play
Countless
15 in
songs.
20 minutes.
Yeah. The correct response is the Clash or Wire or the Slits or something
Sure.
like that.
Okay.
But
That's cool.
yeah.
You can go off book. That's all good.
The Ramones, as far as like classic punk bands go, yeah, probably Wire. That's like one of the
Wire,
best
I don't
bands
think
ever.
I've ever heard of. I know
Pink Flag
I know
by Wire.
Clash, obviously, but
Buzzcocks. I feel like those two bands were two of like the most boring bands.
the Ramones and
of
Sex
that time.
Pistols.
Yeah,
but they're the ones that
they're the
like made
biggest
punk
ones.
mainstream.
totally,
basically, right?
totally. But the Clash are infinitely better as a band. They're
Yeah.
like one of the best bands of all
The
time.
Sex Pistols are almost the Pearl Jam in the UK. They jumped
Sure.
on Nirvana's bandwagon, so the Sex Pistols jumped on that whole bandwagon of everything that was going on in the States.
Right.
And the States stuff was like CBGBs, where Ramones were more of a novelty act,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
But
even
so
out of
you
all
like
the,
you like real punk.
I
The
like
stuff that
Television and
grew out.
Talking Heads. Like, I mean, this
Television
stuff
was
isn't
a
super.
CBGB band.
Totally.
Yeah, yeah.
They
They're
actually
more new wave than punk almost.
I believe they actually had. I could be wrong about this, but I think Television were the band that like started like the CBGB's Sunday review kind of thing that they would
Possibly.
do, which is where all those bands came from.
Like
But yeah, I
first,
don't know,
first
there's
time a non-country western band.
Yeah.
Do you eat chicken wings?
I just we go to Chicken Wings, go for Chicken Wings every week.
Where?
A bunch of my friends at Duff's.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Wingies or drummies?
Oh, I'm a Drummies guy
Nice.
since I was a kid.
Yeah, you are.
Just easier to eat. I don't gotta fucking finger bang the wing.
Fucking
Winger bang.
right. I get excited. It's just more fucking. I'm gonna go right in for the wings.
I don't like the term finger bang though. I want that
Finger
stricken-
blast?
Finger
What about-
blast. James
Yeah.
North Lewis. He invented that.
No, he did not.
He
invent
did.
That shit is in movies.
Well, he
shout out
invented it.
James.
Is that a real person from Toronto?
James, he worked
Yeah.
with others at the
I don't
store,
think
but he
he's
my
did not
best
make up
friend.
finger blasting.
Yes, he did. He's probably listening to this right now, and it's not even on the air.
Oh, he'll be listening. If he doesn't, fuck that guy. As far as holes, black or worm?
Uh,
That could have gone real off the rails. As far as holes, have you ever said that sentence in your life?
Yeah. What's your
Beyond
favorite
that.
hole?
have you asked your wife that
Have you ever
question?
said as far as holes? I don't think that string of words have ever come out.
Yeah,
of my
it
mouth.
doesn't
okay.
sound. That's not an inviting question.
I like it.
If somebody asked me that question and I didn't know them, I would be alarmed.
Oh my Lord.
Probably black holes because I don't know where they go. Like I don't know where wormholes go. Black holes seem like more mysterious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like what could it be?
I don't know.
I really don't
I watched
know.
Interstellar and I still don't understand what the fuck they were trying to say it is.
That movie fucking sucks. Christopher Nolan is like the M. Night Shyamalan. You're allowed to like for some reason.
I like some of Nolan's movies.
Why did I enjoy that film?
It's
It's
horrible.
I gotta watch it again. I liked the tone of it and I liked some of the things in it, but then at the end I was like, what?
I feel like Nolan's movies are like smart movies for dumb people.
Like he did Memento,
me.
right? Like he did Memento. Memento's
Yeah.
a great movie.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid, so I don't know if it necessarily holds up. But like the Batman movies
Yeah,
are
no,
so
that's-
bad.
yeah.
Fucking second Batman movie's okay, but it's just Heat with Batman in it.
Yeah.
And Heat rules.
Yeah.
Heat rules.
But Heat is not. Yeah, I feel you. I don't know what else.
Third one
Nolan
just
has
straight up
done.
sucks.
the
Inception.
Inception?
That movie's terrible.
Yeah.
He should direct movies and not write them. I'll say that much.
Yeah. Cool. Prince or Michael Jackson?
Oh man, Mike.
It's a hard one.
I do love Michael Jackson. Not their personalities,
no, just
just their music.
yeah.
I have
whatever-
way more of a
whatever
way
way
more of
you
a
wanna
connection
go.
with Michael Jackson. I mean, everybody grew up loving Michael Jackson records. My parents liked Prince a lot, but not as much as MJ.
Yeah.
He's Michael Jackson. There's no one like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Which Gray's song is most like a Michael Jackson song?
There actually is. There is something
Did
that
you guys ever cover Human Touch in a rehearsal?
No. If we were to cover a Michael Jackson song, it would probably
Have you ever
be,
used the term Shamor?
Shamon?
Shimon.
Shimon?
Shamor.
You think it's Shamor? I think
It's not Shamor. Right?
Shamar.
Shamon.
Shimon.
White folks, everybody.
I thought it was Shamar. I thought it was that Shamar Lewis guy.
Shalimar.
Shalimar?
Yeah, MJ for sure.
Cool. And well, let's stick to that. MJ McCartney. Say or The Girl Is Mine.
Oh, Girl Is Mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say's not bad.
Is it which one came first?
Oh, I don't know.
They're on two
One
separate
of them's
records,
on Thriller.
right? One of them's on Thriller and one of them's on a McCartney
Girl Is
album.
Mine is on Thriller.
Right.
I'm almost positive. What's the video where they're on the wagon?
I think that's Say.
That's Say, yeah.
I think the
Great
video,
video.
for Say is better, but the song
Agreed.
Girl Is Mine is
Totally
better.
agreed.
Yeah.
Totally agreed.
Video. That was back when videos were like a thing that were like an event when they
Love
came
them.
out, and they
Especially
spent a lot
an
of
MJ
money.
video.
MJ videos, they spent like Hollywood money.
I
to
remember
make
watching the
them.
black and white video when it came out. It was like a 15-minute movie.
Oh yeah, with
And
the
as I
Macaulay
imagine-
Culkin at the start and the Twisted
Yeah.
Sister,
And
all
Slash.
that
I remember
shit.
tuning in
Slash.
for it.
Yeah.
Literally tuning in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy at the start with and George Wendt and like it was like a
Yeah,
whole
it's a whole
fucking thing.
thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Who was the director? Wasn't it
I think it was like
John
Zemeckis
Landis?
or
John
was it
Landis.
John Landis?
Yeah, because he did like Thriller and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then he killed a guy, I believe.
On Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't kill him personally with his bare hands.
Yeah, but
Someone was killed
pulled
on
the
this
trigger.
movie set. You do a lot of you guys do bus tours mostly, eh? You don't fly that much.
You kidding me? We
You
flew
fly
in a
all
van,
over?
dude.
A van, yeah, no flying.
We flew to Europe,
Okay,
but
aisle or window?
window. Window for sure.
Yeah.
I need something to look at.
I feel you.
Who wants an aisle seat? Like, just
A lot of people. You'd be surprised how many people come in here and say they love the aisle.
No,
I don't
I'm
get
always
it.
scared of that wedding singer thing that I'm gonna be Drew Barrymore just getting bashed in the elbow.
Yeah, exactly. I
I'm a
don't get
big
it.
appendage leaning person.
Yeah.
I hang everywhere.
Yeah. I don't get it at all, the aisle goers. Unless you have like a very small bladder. I just don't. Anyway. Roseanne, original Becky or new Becky?
A ridge for sure.
Yeah.
Remember
I
when
don't
George
even know
Clooney
why.
was on the show?
On Roseanne?
Yeah.
He was on Facts of Life.
He's on Roseanne.
Really?
He's her boss for like a minute or
Oh, that's
something.
right.
Before he was
100%.
like George Clooney.
Yeah. This
Okay.
is like pre From Dusk Till Dawn George Clooney.
Like at
Pre-ER. Pre-ER.
when he's her boss at like a factory or something? Where
think
did she
so.
work? Didn't she have
No, I think... Oh, maybe he's Jackie's boss.
at the
At
cafeteria?
the cafe.
At the
Yeah.
cafe?
I think that's
Huh.
what it is.
Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune?
Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wheel of
Who
Fortune's
gives
for
a
dumb
shit
people.
about Wheel of Fortune?
I don't know
It's
why
Like,
anyone-
it's not even... Yeah.
If
I don't
you're
even
like,
really know how to play it.
yeah, it's just like
Wheel of Fortune?
Like, I didn't watch
It's
it a lot.
amazing.
Wheel of Fortune.
I love fucking Wheel of Fortune. Are
I'm
you
more of a
kidding
Price
me?
is Right guy. than
Without
is
Wheel
Right.
of Fortune,
Yeah.
we would never, ever have Wheel of Fish from UHF, and we would not have
Oh,
Test
yeah.
Pattern. Test Pattern would never exist, and then my life would never exist.
Jeopardy is my life, so I love it. Pancake or waffle?
Pancake.
Yeah?
Yeah, easily. I love pancakes.
Like shit in them too? You do blueberry or chocolate chip just straight?
I like them, but
straight
I like
cakes?
them all. I like any. I had a pancake today, as a matter of fact.
Did you?
Yeah.
Just one? I can't
Yeah.
just have one. A giant one?
No, it was very small. My friend, I go to Aunties and Uncles, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
my favorite place.
Oh
to
yeah,
eat
that's a
food.
good place.
And a friend of mine works there, and she gave me a pancake.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
For free?
Yep.
Oh, that's fucking rock star life.
It was awesome. It
Free
was great.
pancakes and
Yeah,
shit.
Shit.
Yeah, it was something else.
That's fucking rocks.
Nice. Vampires or werewolves?
Vampires, I guess.
You don't care either way.
I don't care.
That's cool.
I do like. I mean, I don't know. There's more interesting characters. Like a werewolf, it's like it's the same movie every time. You
Yeah.
could make better movies about vampires. I feel. Granted, there are not a lot of them.
Yeah. Of vampires or
Blade
vampire
rules
movies?
though.
Blade.
Vampire movies. I guess there are.
The
a fair
first
bit.
Blade.
Second one's not bad.
Second one is Stephen Dorff, or that's the first one?
That's the first one.
Oh, that's pretty terrible.
love
feel
the
like the
first
first 3/4 of Blade is amazing, and then
The
Steven
last
Dorff
little
turns
bit,
into
yeah.
a giant blood.
To be fair,
like thing,
that's
and you're
only
like,
at the
what
very
the fuck?
end.
Yeah, like the last
very,
20
very,
minutes
very
are
end.
like, what is happening right now?
But he does have that amazing line before he kills him where he says, "Some motherfuckers always want to ice skate uphill," which I think is one of the most bizarre like action movie ending lines.
Wesley Snipes, he fucked himself up, eh? With
He
all
was
his
so
taxes.
great, though.
He was
He
amazing
was
back in the day. He was
amazing.
like one of the top, to him and Stallone, and like
Killed
there was
it.
a couple guys in like the 90s that were like making
He
all
was
the
it.
money.
Totally.
And then he fucked his career
He
over
was a
somehow, and
top-
he turned into like Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Where he makes like shitty movies that no one sees anymore.
It's too bad.
When there's still guys out there that are still making the fucking even Schwarzenegger was a governor for however long, and then
Yeah.
he's back to action movies right
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
Stallone can still do it, but Snipes.
It's
I'd
too
vote for
bad.
Wesley Snipes.
I love Wesley Snipes. He's underrated, and I think that even his like kind of B action movies were great, like Passenger 57.
Oh yeah,
fucking rules.
It's a great movie.
Murder at 1600.
Oh
great
yeah, that's
movie.
a good one.
And I love like New Jack City. He's amazing in that.
Yeah.
We just watched that recently. It was on TV when we were on tour somewhere, and it was like it was so great.
Yeah,
and
he's a good actor,
and he's
That's the thing.
hilarious
Yeah.
too. He's like White Man Can't Jump. Even
Oh,
Demolition
God.
Man. He's the best part of that whole movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Snipes.
Yeah.
Huge fan.
yeah. Snipes.
Snipes,
If you're
Snipes.
listening,
And
Snipes.
so
Nah,
good
he's
looking.
not listening.
So good looking. Such a good looking guy.
Yeah.
Loved him.
Yeah, and he could fight. Like it seemed
was
like he did a lot of
fucking
his own like
badass.
stunts and shit, like fighting wise. And
No, wait, he was in the movie Wildcats? That was his first acting role.
Really?
Wildcats, the football
The
movie
football
with
movie.
Goldie Hawn.
Yeah, he must have been one of
Really?
the guys.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
I didn't know that.
And he's also in.
Played
Isn't he in Major?
Tremaine.
He's in Major League, right? Willie
Yeah,
Mays
yeah,
Hayes.
No, he's
yeah.
legit.
Yeah,
in
he's
Major
so
League.
funny. He
He's
can do
legit.
anything.
Yeah.
And he's in what's the fucking Mo Better Blues?
Mo Better
Spike
Blues.
Lee. Yeah,
That's right.
Oh,
yeah,
he did a
Spike
bunch
Lee.
of Spike Lee. He did Jungle Fever. Was
Jungle
him
Fever.
too,
I've
right?
actually never
Like-
seen Jungle
Oh
Fever.
yeah, he's like a good actor, but he
He's
also
great.
does action and like it's
And
too
comedy.
bad, man.
Oh, he's so good.
It's too bad.
So good.
We need a White Man Can't Jump sequel. Maybe
They
that'll
did.
get
They
him.
had Money Train.
Oh yeah, true.
Not
That
a
was
good
bad.
movie.
No, the Money Train was bad. De Niro or Pacino?
Easily De Niro. He's in way better movies. I like Pacino, but like he's in a lot of bad movies, and he overacts. Like even in the good movies that he's in, he's kind of overdoing it sometimes.
Yeah.
Not that I'm shitting on Pacino, but De Niro. You got Raging Bull. You know, other ones.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I can imagine him being more of just as personality wise. I imagine De Niro being a dick, and I imagine Pacino being like an approachable.
Oh, see, I see
nice
it the
guy.
opposite way.
Really?
I see it the opposite way. Yeah, I feel like De Niro would be a cool guy about a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
Also, De Niro, like one of the best looking people in the world. Like no one is cooler than Robert De Niro in like the late 70s. Mean Streets, he's
Oh,
just
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah. Cool, man. What do you you got something to rant about? What do you feel like ranting about today?
Okay, I thought about ranting about the kind of oversaturation of nostalgia that is kind of a thing lately. It just seems like everything that people are really into is like something that they're familiar with, something from their childhood, which I think is like fine as like a basic beginning point, but when that's like the only thing that you're selling and the only thing that you're peddling, it's such a boring base.
Like, give an example.
Stranger Things.
Okay.
I like the show.
Yeah.
But I do think that like I think the greatest part about Stranger Things is like the cool character development and like the fact that you remember every character on the show, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a fucking remake of E.T. Like it's a shot for shot
Yeah.
remake of a lot of the time, and it's hitting these beats that's like, man. Even the fact that Winona Ryder is in the show, I feel, is sort of a nostalgic thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's certainly
And Matthew Modine too.
Matthew Modine, totally.
Yeah.
Certainly, I don't think anybody's watching it for Matthew Modine.
No.
But same kind of deal.
Yeah. I feel you.
And that's kind of
That's like a Hollywood thing of like, it's the same thing if they make all these remakes of movies, quote unquote,
Yeah.
where it's like they're doing Chips now, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Who gives
they're
a
just
shit?
using the property of the name Chips. It's like a movie about two motorcycle cops. What, other
What
than
could
the
you
character
do?
name being named Paunch
Yeah.
and it being a motorcycle cop, like it's a completely new thing. But
Yeah.
Hollywood feels like, well, if we slap this name on it, people will recognize it. And then
Who
we'll,
gives a
you know,
shit?
yeah.
Who fucking cares? Yeah, so that and like Baywatch. I mean, they've been
Oh,
doing
yeah.
the remake thing for like 20 years now, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's just so exhausting. It's like just come up with a new idea for literally anything. There's
It's
bands.
really been 20 years. Since
It's
they've
literally
doing
been
this stuff.
20 years.
It's crazy.
Since what?
Since we've been railing. It's almost like,
Yeah.
you know, it's almost like CDs. They promise you it's going to get better and it's going to be cheaper.
Yeah.
And it just got more expensive.
Yeah.
You guys know that from the record store.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
then it's gotten so much fucking worse.
It's just really bad. Like even the Star Wars movie Rogue One is like I like the episode whatever 7 fine, but like Rogue One is literally just a sentence from the first movie made into a bad movie. It's a terrible movie. And like who the fuck cares about the goddamn Death Star? We get it. They blew it up twice. I don't need to know how they got these fucking plans. They already explained it. And then they have Leia at the end. It's like, yeah, we get that we're watching a Star Wars movie. You have literally an entire universe to write a new story, and you just wrote a thing that happened 20 minutes before the first movie. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, the whole I agree. I think it's just there's this idea, and it's been around forever, of like there can never be anything new. There's no good new music. There's no good new movies.
I think that's bullshit.
It's all bullshit, but the people that have money believe it, and they think like, okay, let's slap a property that people recognize onto the front of this thing, and then but then new things come out that people love, and they get blown up that aren't nostalgia, that are like newer and original, like Mr. Robot, for example, right?
Sure.
But then, which is like pretty original. I don't know if you watch it, but like it's pretty, the way it's shot, like everything about it, it's just not really a traditional story that you see. But then they start fucking turn that into corporate. Let's make 5 more shows that all like have the same feel as Mr. Robot. And then that's going to feel old soon enough too. So it's like any new original ideas get old very fast. And then it's like, let's just recycle the old ideas.
Well, that's what I mean.
I hate when they remake things that were good in the first place. Like remake things that were shit. And like make them good. Like there are plenty of things that you can think about from your childhood or all the way through the 90s that were like, could have been awesome, but weren't.
That deserve a remake.
Yeah, but like, how many times are you gonna remake fucking Batman? Like, it's been done in every way. Like the Michael Keaton version versus like all the different ones from the original,
Adam
like
West version.
and then now the new Christian Bale. If you want like a dark fucking take on it, you've got the Dark Knight series. So, like, don't fucking do it again. I don't want to see.
There's another Spider-Man. Like,
I know.
What the fuck? They did it. I don't need to know that he got bit by a spider. There's a song about it. The Ramones sing about it. I don't need to know this. Like, it's just so done. I get it. Like, I just find it to be really kind of stupid, to be honest. Like, I feel like it appeals to this thing. I mean, obviously not everyone is a big movie nerd, and that's totally cool, and I get that. But like, if you're a smart person and you're watching like the Total Recall remake and you remember the original, it's like, why does this exist? It doesn't need to exist. And what I never understood about the remake train was you're basing this on brand recognition. The people who like the original are never going to like the remake more. And the kids who don't know the original don't give a shit. So why don't you just make a new movie?
Yeah, exactly.
So you'll never cover a song?
No, we cover songs all the time, but we try to make them our own. You know, like that's the whole point.
I appreciate when I hear it covered.
Yeah, and I love covering songs. And I think that that's a really cool thing that people can do to pay.
So that's 4 people making, I'm assuming 4 people in the band. Making a song. I think the problem is, I think Good Intentions gone awry. Early
agreed.
2000s. Now it's a fucking machine. But in the beginning, I think there were maybe good intentions.
With what
for
specifically?
movies or music?
For music, for film reboots. Like what's the first big reboot you can think of?
Well, the
Big
prequels,
one.
Star Wars prequels, are probably the beginning of that train.
Yeah, but even like, what's that movie? Cape Fear is a fucking fantastic.
That's a great
new movie.
Very weird one.
That was that's different to me because that's a remake of a movie from like 30 years ago or more. At the time,
honestly, it's the same thing.
It's the same, but
it
doesn't.
It's almost as if filmmakers are just making bad covers for 20 years. That's kind of the thing.
That's partially true, but I mean, like, okay,
I had never seen. Maybe it's just because I had never seen the original Cape Fear because it was so far before my time.
I've seen it. It's good, but it's been reinvented.
But it's maybe a thing where it's like when they're reinventing things that I remember like Dukes of Hazzard, right? They made a Dukes of Hazzard movie,
terrible.
And it was like the show was amazing and it was stuck in my memory. And if you go back and watch it, it's actually kind of shit. And whatever. But like I could,
but it has
in
its
my
own
memory,
tone and it has its own.
And now I just heard that they're thinking about rebooting that again, starting again with Dukes of Hazzard.
Who could possibly care about this?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like fucking. That's Dax Shepard. I was listening to a podcast with Dax Shepard saying that he wants to do Dukes of Hazzard next because he likes racing And he wants to. I listened to this podcast
shit.
where he's talking about all about chips, and it basically the whole thing was like he wanted to be in a motorcycle racing movie, and he worked backwards of like, what can I write that will be motorcycle make? Oh, chips, they're on motorcycles. It was literally he's talking on this podcast about how he wanted to ride his Ducati in a movie. He was like, how do I get my Ducati into a movie? And then he worked. The whole script is backwards. It's like kind of a backwards way to come at making a movie, but
I guess. Well, okay. The thing about Cape Fear specifically is like that's kind of a great example because it was remade by Scorsese and it plays like a David Lynch movie. It's such a bizarre, and the original is kind of a straight thriller in the in the same kind of tone as like Night of the Hunter or something like that. And Robert Mitchum's in it too,
right?
And he is in the remake, I believe.
Is he?
Yeah, I think they both are. I think Robert Mitchum and who's the other guy?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Not
but in any case, it's a totally different imagining of that movie. And De Niro's it's so strange. And Nick Nolte and shit, like they're both kind of having fun with it. You can tell.
Yeah.
Or even when he remade what's the movie The Departed is based on?
Oh,
it's based on a
Infernal
Affairs. Yeah. Like his version is way better than the
original. That's the thing also, like no one saw, like Infernal Affairs wasn't big.
No.
Like it was in Asia and like people that are into foreign films here had seen it, but it wasn't like remaking the A-Team, which was like the biggest show on TV for 10 years or whatever. And then like, let's remake that. And like, and the part of the problem is a lot of the remakes now were all tongue in cheek.
Yeah,
they're all just satire.
Yeah, and that's the problem. It's like, well, then why are you even doing it? If you like, that's what I don't understand. Like, I saw that when we went to see Get Out, which is great, such an amazing movie, like an original idea, an original perspective that you literally never see in Hollywood movies.
Yeah,
it's so fresh. It's not tongue in cheek at all. Like it doesn't wink at the camera in the way that like, I don't know, like a Joss Whedon kind of thing does. And I think I like Cabin in the Woods, but I think that there's a lot of nudging that goes on. Like, hey, remember this? And I think that it's really self-reflexive in a way that sort of like devalues itself. Whereas Get Out totally like acknowledges that it's being that way, but it isn't that way. It acknowledges that it's commenting on itself, but it doesn't fall into self-parody, which I think a lot of that stuff does. Like, for example, okay, so I'm not ever going to see this movie, but like the Baywatch trailer for the movie, it's like, what the fuck is the point of this movie? Yeah. It's just a bunch of like tanned, attractive people being not funny. Who gives a shit about a show that no one likes? No one has ever said, man, season 3 of Baywatch, that's the shit you gotta watch. Like literally no one has said that. And you can tell it's like, okay, when are Pamela Anderson and David Hasselhoff gonna make appearances? Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Like the whole time I was watching
shit's gonna be huge in Germany though, man. That thing is gonna make all its money back just in Germany alone. It's fucking
But you know what I mean? Like that is a perfect example of something that just absolutely does not need to exist. And you could give someone else the money, some younger director the money, and they will make something so interesting, like Moonlight, you know, Best Picture. And it's a great movie.
Cool. Anyway, that's awesome. Good rant, SHEHZAAD. I don't know. I'm sticking with Shez.
Known him for 15
I've called you
years.
Shez for 15 years, and maybe maybe you find it insulting, and or no one else calls you that, but I'm calling you Shez.
No, lots of my old friends do.
All right, cool. Thanks for coming in. What do you got? Anything to plug? You got anything coming up?
No, I'm just kidding. We have two records out last year that are still out to this day.
Oh yeah, I'll put the link up on the.
Fucking man.
They're still available.
They're still available. Yeah, it's crazy. They're all over the place.
And do you have anything new coming out, or just stick with that for
Warm
now?
Shadow. Come on, Outer Heaven, Warm Shadow.
Yes.
Available on iTunes and Spotify.
Wherever you can find records.
You get great music by Pirates Blend, my good friends at Pirates Blend. Shout out to them.
And are you going on? Do you have any tour dates coming up or anything?
No, we're taking a bit of a break. We kind of hit it pretty hard last year, so we have one show in Toronto for CMW, and that's about it. April 21st, I think that is.
Nice.
Yeah. CMW, I'll be there too.
Cool, man. I'll put links up on the show notes, and thanks for coming in. Hopefully, we can be a regular, or can come back, and
that'd be great.
This can be your thing that'll make you be a regular, and maybe Jimmy.
Finally.
We got to get Jimmy in here. Jimmy, if you're listening. You're coming in next time. You two guys can rant together. It'll be awesome.
I don't think he likes being called Jimmy.
I know, but that's why I like calling him that, because he knows who I'm talking about, and the fact that he doesn't like it is what makes it great.
Yeah,
so,
correct.
Big ups to you, Jimmy.
You're an asshole.
Mr. Tolerant, Matt Gorman.
All right, thanks for coming in, man.
Hey, thanks.
Peace.
That was another Come Rant with me. Thanks for joining us. I'm glad you're still here. I don't know why I'm still here. I ask myself that every week. Someone save me. Send an email or something. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Come Rant Podcast. You can hit Matt at comerantpodcast@gmail.com. Come back. Tune in. Share. Tell your friends. Wherever you get your podcasts, you can find us. Can you use Google? You can't use Google? Just fucking turn your phone off right now. But if you can use Google, you can find us. You already found us, but tell your friends to use their fucking Google machine. Love you. Bye.